Crystal of Wisdom presents.
Don't start with excessive hopes.
Once upon a time, in a land far beyond the mountains and across the seven seas, there lived a young man named Gerard. He was known throughout his village for his curiosity and insatiable thirst for knowledge. Gerard spent his days reading ancient scrolls, listening to the tales of old, and dreaming of grand adventures in far-off places. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky turned to twilight, Gerard heard whispers of a legend from a wandering minstrel who had come to the village. The minstrel spoke of an enchanted isle, hidden somewhere in the vast ocean that held treasures beyond imagination. It was said that the isle's beauty surpassed that of any place on earth, and that those who found it would be granted their heart's deepest desires. The minstrel's words ignited a fire within Gerard. He could not stop thinking about the enchanted isle. The idea of finding such a place, of seeing its wonders and claiming its treasures, consumed his thoughts. Gerard decided that he would set out on a journey to find this mythical place, despite the warnings of the elders and the doubts of his friends. Early the next morning, Gerard gathered what little provisions he had, packed his bag, and bid farewell to his family. The journey would be long and perilous, but his determination was unwavering. He walked for days, crossing dense forests, climbing steep mountains, and traversing wide rivers. Each night he slept under the stars, dreaming of the enchanted isle and the treasures that awaited him. As he journeyed further, Gerard met many people along the way. Some were kind and offered him food and shelter, while others scoffed at his quest, telling him that the enchanted isle was nothing more than a fanciful tale. Yet Gerard remained resolute. He could see the isle so clearly in his mind's eye, its golden beaches, lush forests, and the treasures hidden within. He knew that he had to find it, no matter the cost. After many months of arduous travel, Gerard finally reached the shore of a vast and seemingly endless ocean. He stood on the beach, gazing out at the horizon, where the sky met the sea. His heart swelled with anticipation and excitement. He knew that the enchanted isle lay somewhere beyond those waves. Gerard spent the next few days constructing a sturdy raft from driftwood and vines. He was determined to set sail and find the isle, even though he had no experience with the sea. With the raft complete, he pushed it into the water, climbed aboard, and set off into the unknown. Days turned into weeks as Gerard drifted across the ocean. He battled fierce storms, scorching sun, and bone-chilling cold. He survived on the fish he could catch and the rainwater he collected. His body grew weak, but his spirit remained strong. The vision of the enchanted isle kept him going, giving him strength when he felt he had none left. One misty morning, as the sun began to rise, Gerard saw a faint outline on the horizon. His heart raced with excitement. Could it be? He paddled with all his remaining strength, and as the mist cleared, he saw it, the enchanted isle. The isle was more beautiful than anything he had ever seen. Its beaches were indeed golden, its forests lush and green, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of exotic flowers. Gerard stumbled onto the shore, tears of joy streaming down his face. He had found it. His dream had come true. Gerard spent the next few days exploring the isle. He discovered hidden waterfalls, crystal-clear lakes, and fields of flowers in every color imaginable. But as he delved deeper into the heart of the isle, he began to realize that the treasures he had imagined were not material. There were no chests of gold or jewels, no ancient artifacts or priceless relics. Instead, he found a deep sense of peace and contentment that he had never known before. One evening, as Gerard sat on the beach watching the sunset, he met an old hermit who lived on the isle. The hermit had a long white beard and eyes that twinkled with wisdom. He approached Gerard and sat down beside him.
"You have traveled far to find this place. What do you seek?"
the hermit said. Gerard told the hermit of the legend he had heard, of the treasures he had dreamed of, and of his long and difficult journey. The hermit listened quietly, nodding occasionally.
"When something is overly praised, it more often than not fails to live up to expectation,"
the hermit said gently.
"Reality cannot keep up with imagination, because imagining what is desired is easy. Achieving it is difficult. From the union of fantasy and desire, something more than life allows is born."
Gerard pondered the hermit's words. He realized that he had spent so much time chasing a fantasy, driven by his desires and the tales of others, that he had overlooked the true treasures of life, the journey itself, the people he had met, and the beauty of the world around him. As the days passed, Gerard found himself growing more and more at peace with the isle and with himself. He spent his time learning from the hermit, who taught him the ways of the land and the wisdom of the ages. Gerard began to understand that the Enchanted Isle was not just a place, but a state of mind. It was a place where one could find inner peace, contentment, and a deeper understanding of life's true treasures. After many months on the isle, Gerard felt it was time to return to his village. He had learned so much and had found what he truly sought. Not the material treasures of legend, but the wisdom and contentment that came from within. He built a new raft, stronger and more seaworthy than the first, and set sail for home. When Gerard returned to his village, he was greeted with amazement and curiosity. The villagers had thought him lost, a victim of his own foolish dreams. But Gerard was not the same man who had left. He was wiser, more at peace, and content with the life he had. He gathered the villagers and shared with them the story of his journey. He spoke of the hardships he had faced, the people he had met, and the Enchanted Isle. But most importantly, he shared the wisdom he had gained.
When something is overly praised, it more often than not fails to live up to expectations.
Gerard said,
Reality cannot keep up with imagination, because imagining what is desired is easy. Achieving it is difficult. From the union of fantasy and desire, something more than life allows is born. We must cherish the journey, the lessons we learn, and the wisdom we gain, for these are the true treasures of life.
The villagers listened intently, their hearts and minds opened by Gerard's tale. They realized that they too had been caught up in their own fantasies and desires, overlooking the beauty and treasures of their own lives. From that day on, the village thrived with a newfound sense of purpose and contentment. They no longer chased after grandiose dreams, but found joy and fulfillment in their daily lives, in their relationships, and in the simple pleasures of life. Gerard became a respected elder in the village, known for his wisdom and kindness. He continued to share his stories and lessons with all who would listen, reminding them that true treasure lies not in distant lands or fantastical tales, but within their own hearts and the lives they live. And so the legend of Gerard and the Enchanted Isle became a new tale, one that taught generations to come the value of wisdom, contentment, and the true treasures of life. In the end, Gerard's journey was not about finding the Enchanted Isle, but about discovering the wisdom and beauty within himself and the world around him. The Isle had been a catalyst for his growth, a place where he found the truth about desires, imagination, and reality. And so, the wise saying held true: when something is overly praised, it more often than not fails to live up to expectations. Reality cannot keep up with imagination, because imagining what is desired is easy. Achieving it is difficult. From the union of fantasy and desire, something more than life allows is born. Gerard's story serves as a reminder that the journey is often more valuable than the destination, and that the true treasures of life are found in the lessons we learn and the wisdom we gain along the way. I'm delighted to hear that you enjoyed the story. It was a pleasure to write it for you. If you ever need another story or anything else, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
If you liked the video, give it a like.